Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Rwagnation League Grand Prix here in Brazil. It's the second to last race in the season, and it's going to be an absolute pleasure to commentate this F2 race for you. Alongside me, as per usual, throughout almost the entire season, I think now, Safso. It's you, Safso. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. I mean, look at it. It's Brazil. I said, do you know what? I've noticed this. I didn't realize this until recently, but I noticed this that I actually get very excited about a lot of the tracks in this game when it comes to commentary. There are so many circuits that really do work so well when it comes to the online racing side of things of F1, and a full grid here today is just going to make that extra spicy. But the most important question then is, who are we actually going to go on board with today? There's no Beaker.
That is a good question. There is no Beaker. I did notice that.
He was going to join, but there was no enough room for me and you to be here, so
was he the one who got kicked?
Yeah, he got booed. I think we go with Cormanic because he's looking pretty good right now, isn't he? I mean, going through... Oh, let me press my brake pedal so that you can see the front. There we go. I was going to say he was P1. He's now P3, but he is very close to them. I keep seeing them all just chopping and changing positions. This area here is such a difficult area to navigate the car, especially as you're coming back up the hill. The back end wants to step out very easily in the F2 cars in general anyway, but then when you factor in the elevation changes, it just really makes it so difficult. But Piloto looks to be mastering it more than the others right now, holding down P1 for now, but can Kulmanik get the exit he needs to get himself pole position?
I mean, see, we haven't seen Piloto near the front end qualifying this in a long time, have we?
That's true. Yeah, actually. Good point. Here he is though, to the line then. Piloto's going to take pole position by 3/10. Then Cormanic P2, Aviator P3, Aeterno P4, and then the rest of the grid all filters in. And the times are actually really quite close.
Yeah, a lot closer than I was expecting. Obviously, it's a shorter track, so that would bunch them up anyway. Because, if we were back at Spa, it'd be a much bigger gap. But
well, here's the full rundown. The full rundown. Piloto Payet back on top form. I think it's aided with the fact that Beaker and Bottas gang's not here. So Piloto, holding down that front with Cormanic there P2, Aviator P3, Aeterno P4 with Welsh Toast P5, Hayden Golis P6, Tommy P P7, Foxy P8 with Lando's Milton P9. Marquez rounding out the top 10, and also he's the last to stay within the 1 second margin because Romps is outside there in best of the rest P11. Jeb P12, Matt P13, Marken P14, Zemperor P15, I like that name. Tiger Jr. P16, Hardy P17, Burrito 18th, Ravenduck 19th with WG players. Both of those two actually DQ'd. They didn't get a time on the board. So, I got to do it to you. I didn't do it to you in qualifying. I thought, you know what? Let's be fair. Let's give him a chance. What are we saying for... What are we saying for this race? Are we feeling confident?
I think I'm going to be quite confident in Piloto winning. Having one of the... I think P1 to P2 was one of the biggest gaps in qualifying there. So I'm going to say Piloto for the win. Cormanic P2, I'm going to actually say Aeterno P3.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just going to not even give you my prediction because I think it's going to be too difficult to call. There's way too many people together. Nah, I mean, it wouldn't be me if I didn't give you a prediction, would it? Let's be honest.
Well, it's the end of the season. We can mix some things up.
Spice it up a little bit. All right. Well, since Beaker's not here, Piloto P1, Kulmanic P2, Hayden P3, I believe.
You got faith. Believe me, correct me. Sorry if I'm wrong. Is this one of Hayden's best qualifying results?
I'm sure he's better than that, right?
Oh no, I'm not saying this is his best, but on the average, he's usually sort of lower end top 10, just outside.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I think so. This is he never really qualifies really good. Usually, he's very similar to me. Qualifying usually is terrible. Races where we pull it back together. But to be P6 with the grid, that's actually really quite close together because of how the nature of this circuit actually is. That's really good going. So penalties may come into the factor. Turn 1, 2, 3 is quite an awkward one to avoid penalties, and even turn 4, if you run a bit too wide, you can easily get a penalty or two, as we've lost Hardy and Burrito from the formation lap. But don't worry, they will be there to race it out. So, final corner. Well, final proper corner at least, because we do have this little kink and then another one a bit further up. But realistically, this is the most important corner. If you get that wrong on the exit there, you're going to lose so much time all the way down the home straight. With the DRS wing wide open from lap 3 onwards, it's just going to be a nightmare to defend. And I think these cars are really awkward to brake with anyway. Obviously, some ABS is allowed for these guys, so if they wanted to use it, they can. There are a few people, I know that Hayden, I think Aoturno is one as well, who don't use ABS. They may struggle a little bit more when it comes to braking, but we'll have to wait and see.
There's the last few just lining up now. All on the medium tyres, obviously, so I assume they'll go to the super softs for the second race. But they cannot choose, so who knows?
No, they get put on whatever the game says. Yep, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. Whatever we want, whenever we get it. Here we go then. Lights are about to go on then for the race here in Brazil. The Rwagnation, the EF2 Grand Prix starts now, and away we go. Piloto's got quite a nice start. It looks like Kulmanic's got an even better start. The telemetry is already messing up on the left-hand side. Kulmanic is now P1. Actually, Piloto had an awful start. He's got a car on his inside. I don't know who's along. I think it's Aviator who's actually giving him a good fight as well. There's some mistakes being made near the back. There's been a collision with Burrito Bandito for Ravenduck. He's lost. Got a 2-second time penalty. Tommy P's in the wall on the left. That's coming out of turn 2. Everywhere else we seem to be okay. Yellow flag is cleared away. We're all bunched up quite nicely. Have a look how it's going down around Hayden Gullis' level. He's got a little bit of a gap. He is actually the train leader for P7. Is that P? Yeah, P7 onwards. It looks like.
Is it P7?
Yeah. It's actually accurate at the minute. The timings are just not. Welsh Toast and Foxy, they've been having a bit of a scrap as well. Foxy is P5. Welsh Toast saw a little window down the inside, but didn't go. A little bit of a send there as well. I think that was Roms going for a move. Or was that? No, that was Emperor. He's actually went for a move quite nicely. Landos Wiltman's looking to attack Matt, who's gone off the track quite severely. Landos down the inside. Matt's made a mistake, and that's allowed Landos to get right on through up to P10. Marquez on with a chance of hitting Roms, with Hayden Gullis looking to try and take Welsh Toast. Maybe this is going to come down to penalties.
But Matt isn't done with Landos here. He's trying to go around the outside at turn 1. Let's see who breaks later ahead. That is Marquez and Roms going at it. Matt's trying to get a little bit of contact, but no one's rotated, so that's good. And I believe, at least for the moment, Marquez has got past Roms. They're going side by side. Marquez stays ahead, but if Roms breaks later, he could try and dive down the side. No, he stays behind, and Matt stays behind Landos.
Yeah, they keep it tidy for now, which is good. This is very good sort of gap management, because yes, you could go for a physical send and get that position locked in, but you could also be then losing the train to the guys ahead. And on a track like this, where the train is quite important, because the second sector, there's pretty much minimal overtake, and you can go for a send down the inside. But, you know, if we look back to, I think it was end of 2019, where we saw Hamilton and Albon having a bit of a moment through this exact corner here. Oh, Matt's just run into the back of Landos. No damage, though, but he's run into the side of him, which caused him to have a bit of a wobble. Now, as the Emperor, looking to go around the outside, has to back out, because these cars don't have the downforce you can get in the F1 cars. He will fall down. Hardy having a bit of an issue. Looks like he lost the rear. There's also the same sort of situation for Markin, who's struggling to get back onto the circuit. Has now recovered. Aoturno looking to attack Aviator, who realistically is outside of the train and is in big trouble. Purple lap there for Joe Aoturno. Aviator's gone deep. Joe's looking for the line. Can't quite get the run he needs. He has got DRS though, ready for the run in towards turn 4. There's no DRS, I believe, available for Aviator, so this should be quite a nice one. Yeah, he has it. It's going to be an outside line here for Joe. Then he's not going to make this work, surely. An outside line through here would be so difficult to pull off, but he's going to try and commit to it, get put on the curb. If he could stay alongside of him, which he just cannot, he could actually lock that in. Avia realizes, goes for the inside line. He's going to have a really narrow run. Joey Turner might go around the outside here, but he wants the inside for the next, so he's not going to get it. And that has actually allowed the rest of the pack behind to bunch up just a little bit. Well, there is a 1.6 second gap behind Hayden to Marquez.
And Zed Emperor's just had a bit of a mistake on the uphill right hand. He's falling down to 15th. And looks like he either had contact or just lost the rear end. Someone's off ahead. Who's that? Or was that way behind?
No, that's Burrito Bonito retiring.
Ah, okay.
He's gone and we're all good there. We're all good. Aviator 1.3 seconds behind now on Piloto. His time is running out. His time is running out, but also the time's running out for the rest of the guys behind because they're going to need to try and properly push here. Look at the pace that Joe has got coming in towards turn 1. That toe was enormous, especially with the DRS swing wide open as well. Really helped him out, and Aviator is going to come under attack from so many different people. I don't know how he's going to factor this in. Welsh Toast is going alongside Foxy. Aviator trying to retaliate here onto Joe. Is he going to go to the outside again, though? We saw how that worked out for Joe last time, although Aviator looks like he's managed to carry a bit more pace there. Wheel banging left, right, and centre. But hey, Joe, they're actually drag racing throughout the entirety of this lap, all the way up now into the double right-hander. This is actually going to be Aotono just keeping himself ahead and round the outside into the braking zone they go, and he's got that one done. Welsh Toast goes for a send down the inside of Foxy. Foxy had a little bit of a scare there, but hasn't really lost anything. And Hayden Gullis is just watching this all unfold. You see, well, look, there's 4 cars right here in front of me. I don't need to start sending on anybody. Just wait for these guys to have contact, and I'll just slip through. Oh, nearly lost the rear. Good catch there from Hayden. They say that he's got the fastest hands in the land. He's definitely got the squeakiest butt in the land, that's for sure.
Yeah, and possibly the brownest of codes just now with that little slide. But now Aviator is going to have an attack on Eterno, who has not got DRS, and Cormanic. Cormanic gets a penalty.
Yeah.
And I think that's just given Piloto the win. But back to Aviator and Eterno around the outside. Aviator does get past, but Eterno still there on the inside. Oh, wheel banging again. And this is going to give Fox a chance because he's going to have a considerably better exit than Eterno. Already got the overspeed before the DRS. But they're both going to have the drag reduction system.
Oh, Welsh is in this.
Behind as well. Oh, okay, that looks like they're keeping it nice and clean. Welsh is going for it. Very ambitious. And now look at Hayden, he's going to be sniffing blood down the inside. Is he going to go for it or is he going to back out? No, he's surely going to go for it. It's Hayden.
Yeah, he's got it. I mean, he's got a good head on his shoulders, that's for sure, but that was a very easy, obvious sort of send, and Welsh Toast is going to know now he's got to do so much, so the desperation might start to kick in, but the fact that he's got that penalty, he would lose all the places he would be fighting for anyway, so it's now, all that has to happen is he needs to either get really aggressive and start pushing as hard as he can, or he stays where he is and just take the second place for the next race.
And I think Antonio's actually been a bit shook by what happened in the first sector. He's over a second behind Aviator, made a couple mistakes in that middle sector, and Foxy is now all over behind him. And then Hayden and Welsh, they're both about 4 tenths behind respectively. But here comes Foxy, he's got the DRS. Eterno hasn't. Down the inside, it's going to be a nice, easy overtake, but Joe Eterno will have the DRS on the next straight. He's just keeping nice and tucked in. I think he just wants a good exit out of this corner, and he's got a decent one. Actually, he's got a very decent one. I think Foxy was... No, he was actually within a second of Aviator. So it's going to be much harder for Eterno behind to get round. Is he going to try the outside line again? Is he going to pull off this time? No, he's gone far too far off.
He's in another country at the minute.
Oh, actually, Hayden.
Yeah, Hayden's feeling ballsy. I mean, they're all going to be in voice chat with each other. Round the outside goes Hayden. Almost made that work. He gets on the grass, and this is going to make him lose 2 places. Oh, well, lose 1, really. Oh, Welsh Toast did a very good job of avoiding that collision there. He saw he was going for a bit of a send and had to turn out the way. So, shout out to Welsh Toast. That was very good heads-up driving there from him. Didn't quite calculate the move the way he wanted to, but didn't cause anyone else any issues as a result of that. But he is still here. He's still able to fight, and it only takes one of the guys ahead of him to get a penalty as well, and he's quids in. He could easily get in some places.
And Luke is catching behind Marquez. He's now within DRS range of this group. As Joe gets a penalty. So, if they're not careful, the Dam's trying to come through and steal all of their positions.
Yeah, really good. Cormanic, P2, has got the fastest lap on the board as well now. Yes, he has that penalty, but right now he's not even got to worry about that. He's still fine in terms of gap to Aviator. Marquez getting a penalty as well. He's now on that board. Aiden Gullis 7 tenths back. Welsh Toast ready to attack now. That DRS being available will start to make things much easier for him, but he's not going to be able to go for it just yet. Hayden has compromised himself by going for that tight line. That has now made him lose a lot of time to the cars ahead, but also it's put himself vulnerable to Welsh Toast, which is why Hayden is trying to cover off the line possible. Bit of weave there from Hayden. Might need to rein that in a touch. But other than that, no harm, no foul.
And ahead of them, he's going to go past Foxy. I think Foxy actually broke early to let him through, either to get the DRS or just to make sure there wasn't a collision between the two. As I would win the great battle that's been going on for, what, 5 laps now, so this little group here for 4th place.
Yeah. Alright. Well, Foxy and Aeterno will be continuing their little dispute. We are obviously on lap 7 of 10 now, about to start lap 8 of 10. That means that we need to get a move on. If we want to try and get some places gained, then we're going to have to go for it. There's a fight going on down at the back. Is that Jeb? Jeb and Matt are having a bit of a scrap. Jeb is actually on the inside here. You got Matt on the outside. They're going to be drag racing all the way up to the line and in towards turn 1. Who's going to be better on the brakes? That's the biggest question. Matt on the outside, Jeb on the inside. Matt should favour out better than this, but a bit tight on the turn in there. Did kind of cause Jeb a bit of discomfort. No damage on either car, just definitely occurred brown. And yeah, it's okay. Everything's fine.
Meanwhile, back up to the group ahead. Welster's gone past Hayden, but Hayden's gone down the inside on the fast right-hander uphill, and he's actually got the place back.
Yeah, fair play to him. Good drive there.
Yeah, very good defense. The way Welster's got past, they both had DRS. Hayden again compromised himself by taking the tighter line. Welsh got the better exit, went around the outside, and then, as I said before, Hayden getting back down the inside to take that place back.
Yeah, Kulmanik is not looking like he's going to be able to do anything about Piloto. Piloto is just being that bit faster and also that bit more consistent, not getting a penalty so far, so Kulmanik cannot take any advantage. He's basically just said, fine, P2, I'll take it, happy with that, I'll get you on the next race. Foxy though, he wants to get Aeterno pretty quickly. That's how he gets a penalty. Foxy might look for an inside send. He decides against going here. He might look for the run in towards turn 4. The DRS zone is quite useful actually for an overtake there, but it's hard to hold it all down throughout the remainder of the lap. We have a car that's gone off the track. That is Matt. He's currently in the grass, spinning the wheels. Aiden Gullis on the back of Foxy. This little three car fight will continue, I think, until the end now. Foxy, although he's in big trouble. Hayden smells blood. He's looking for the inside line. He's gone later on the brakes. There's a bit of a nudge there from Hayden into the side of Foxy, but nothing to worry about. Very good overtake there from Hayden. Up to P5.
And I think what's making this battle slightly better and what's stopping big incidents happening, obviously the fact they're on a voice channel together, so we're able to communicate, oh, I'm going to break lane and such. Because I imagine had Hayden tried something on that one, something like Cormanic or Piloto, it could have ended very differently. So, keeping things nice and clean, but also very close.
Yeah. Foxy, Hayden looks to have made a big mistake going through there, actually. Huge tow available for Foxy now. Yes, they will all have DRS, but the tow is just that strong here that we'll be seeing Hayden not necessarily be sent here by Foxy unless he's feeling very ballsy. No, he's kept it clean. That's going to be a run up towards turn 4.
It's going to be far too far away to make a move there.
Yeah, he's not going to go for here then. Welsh Toast actually closing in quite nicely here as well. This fight is going to continue for a while. Marquez, Landos, Milton, the two teammates. I don't think they know their teammates, or at least they don't care that they're teammates, because they are fighting hard. They're fighting for P8, remember. This is pole position for the next race, whatever that may be. And we are on the final lap, so it is very crucial they get this right. Landos doesn't actually have to pass Marquez, though. He has got the penalty advantage between him and Marquez, so realistically he should just sit tight, just stay glued to his gearbox and just see where that one goes. But Hayden Gullis looking for a cutback of dreams on Aeterno. The back end's going to step here. No, he's held it. Beautiful stuff. So Joe's under big trouble now then. If Hayden can continue this momentum through the final corner, he should be able to close in very quickly and actually get the move done by the time they get to the line. Piloto Paya is coming through the final corner to actually cross the line and take the victory. Kulmanik will take P2. Aviator will get P3, but who's getting P4? That's the question. This is going to be the drag race of dreams coming up towards the start line. Is he going to get the move? He's not. It's Aeterno getting P4. Hayden, by 65 thousandths, almost takes P4 away from him, but will settle with a nice juicy P5.
Yeah, without the whole thing of ERS control now, it just makes it a lot harder for straight line overtakes, doesn't it? Because you're fully relying on your setup and your tow and DRS. Other than that, you're pretty much a passenger as to whether you can actually get past on the straight.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're in for Tiger Jr.
Oh.
WG players. Oh, they're actually having a drag race here. Look at this.
Yep.
Tiger Jr. will get it due to cleanliness and less penalties. Or it doesn't actually have any penalties. But well done.
And then Hardy and Markin coming through. They both have penalties, with Matt Ravenduck and Burrito Bandito being the only DNFs.
Yeah, I think Ravenduck's was quite severe from what I can tell. Burrito's was voluntary, but Ravenduck's looked like he really smashed the car up a little bit.
Ooh. Wonder if that was from contact.
Possibly. I didn't see anybody with him at the time when he went off the track, but I wasn't paying full attention to him, I'll be truthfully honest, so maybe not. Right. There's the podium for that first race. We are going to go into the sprint race in just a second. Let's get the rundown for that Grand Prix. So Piloto Payet, not only does he get the race win, but he also gets the fastest lap. So he's really maximizing the points. I think actually, didn't he get the... yeah, he did. He actually got the... He's on track then for a perfect weekend. Can he finally make it to be the only other person to actually get a perfect weekend locked in? It'll be magnificent if we can. But yeah, it was in fact Kulmanik P2, Avia P3, Aeterno P4 with Hayden Gullis P5, Foxy P6, Landers Milton P7, Welsh Toast P8. Now remember, in these F2 races, the top 8 get flipped and reversed, so whoever's P8 will start P1 and whoever's P1 will start P8. But then for P9 onwards, we carry on as normal. So Marquez P9, Roms P10, Jeb getting best of the rest P11, Zempera in P12, Tommy Pryor in P13, Tiger Jr. 14th, WG Players 15th, Hardy 16th, Markin 17th, and then you got Matt Ravenduck and Burrito 18th, 19th, and 20th. Right, I'm not saying the whole name. I don't even know what the whole name even is.
Which whole name?
For Roms.
Ah.
Yes,
that was a very good choice not to say the full name.
I'm going to just quickly tab uno momento and just see if I can fix the notification thing. If you can please try once more, Mr. Furball. And if also everybody in the lobby could advance, that would also be great. Don't know what's causing the issue.
I think it's just people not advancing.
Alright, we'll have to wait and see if there is... I think there's an individual who seems to be having issues loading, which is causing this to freeze. Once they have sorted it, we can go. But obviously then, we are going to be pretty quick into the F1 races after this. And if we have any delays we have now, will mean that there'll be a very short window between this and moving into the F1 race right after. This is going to be quite a fun one though. It's gonna be action packed, that's for sure. I mean, if the feature races you think are pretty sweaty, wait till you see the sprint races, because yeah, they're on faster, grippier tires. They can give it more. They're more desperate for those places, and you know the people who start P8 tend to be the faster ones overall. It looked like Hardy was causing the issues. However, he has left. He should be able to rejoin that, which would be good. And it's sunny again, so no rain. But all right. Do you think Hayden can get a podium? That's the prediction that we've got in chat going on currently. But what do you think, Sefsa?
Yes, I absolutely think he can get a podium. I don't think he'll win. I think that'll go to Landers Milkman. He's, I believe, starting second, and he usually has pretty good pace in these F2 cars. So I'm saying Landers for the win. I'm going to say Hayden P2 because he looked very quick in that feature. I think actually in that little group we're watching, he had the quickest, fastest lap. I think his fastest lap is actually better than Kulmanik's fastest lap. So he definitely wasn't a slump that race. So I'm going to say him second. And then P3 is a very tough one to call. Because again, that group was very close. And you've got the two of Piloto and Kulmanik behind coming through. So it's a question of whether they can get through the traffic or not.
We do have a couple of people, 3 in fact, that have varying tyres. Again, remember, they don't get to choose the tyre compound. So they get given whatever they get given, and they drive on whatever that is. So Aviator, Kulmanik, and Tiger Jr., all on medium compound tyres. Tiger Jr. and Zempera have been reset to the track and removed from the formation lap.
And that actually answers my P3, because I think I would have said Kulmanik, but now that he's on mediums, I think I'm actually going to say Aeterno for third.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think Hayden's in a really good... you know what? I think Hayden could actually genuinely win this now.
You think he'll get a second win?
I'm going to believe... I'm going with it. Hayden, this is a dub. This is a big dub. This is the fattest dub I've seen in a while. And then I think it's going to be Hayden and Aeterno P1-2, Foxy P3. Easy slaps.
Ooh. So you think Lando's won't even finish on the podium?
Penalties, mate. I feel it's coming.
Good point.
I mean, he didn't have one in that last race, but that's irrelevant. I've just done the clearing of cache once more, so if we can test the notification thing one more time.
Ooh, a lot of people have been disqualified.
Apparently I've jinxed it, so now Hayden won't win.
Ah.
I'll take that one. Yeah, that's on me. On me. Okay, well, I mean, Welsh Toast has to start this race for us. He's going to be leading us away. It's going to be very weird, the start, I think. The run in towards turn 1 is always quite... yes, it's a short one, but it's always quite a hectic one whenever you've got the first opening lap. It's just so sendy, you know what I mean? Everyone wants to just go for a move down the inside. They want to try and get a position gained as much as they can, and ideally the inside through turn 1 is the better run because you also get the inside for turn 3 if you can stay alongside. However, it's so awkward through turn 2 to be side by side that if you do get it even slightly wrong, it can quite often cause a crash or discomfort. But here we are then for the sprint race for the second time here, and away we go. Looks like Lando's Moment actually got a much better start there. He was so fast coming off the line. In towards turn 1, he's going to be on the inside. That is going to be him gaining the position.
Oh no.
Yep, carnage.
Yeah.
Lando's down. I mean, I said it was going to happen. No penalties yet, but I did say he was going to have an issue that would knock him outside of it. But we need to go further in the field because look at all these cars that are bunched together. This is just going to be... Oh, we've had a rotation. There's cars everywhere. What has happened? Is that WG Plays? No, he's good. Zemperor looks to be somebody who's caught up in that. So has Matt and Marquez. Marquez is going again, but he does have wing damage. Obviously, Lando's Miltman in the same boat. Markin going for a bit of a move down the inside of Burrito Bandito. He has left end plate missing. Raven Duck is here with Hardy, WG Plays, and Tiger Jr. I think he's escaped carnage for now.
Oh, there's the penalty.
Yeah, there's the penalty. Ignoring yellow flag, though. Don't think we can blame him for that one.
No.
I also want to point out, Hayden Gull is P2.
He is P2, but Welsh has already pulled out a second gap, and he's got Foxy and Aviator behind him, keeping the pressure. Well, more Foxy. Aviator's kind of dropped off a bit.
See, I think, honestly, it's nothing to really worry about if you're Hayden Gullis, because he's faster than the boys behind him, and Welsh got a lot of penalties in the first race. So I'm expecting the same scenario to happen, and Hayden to just continue matching that pace. Oh, big tank slapper. Big catch there. What. That was amazing. Very well done, Hayden, to keep control of your car. But yeah, he does need to make sure he doesn't do that again, though, because I'm pretty sure he won't be able to catch Welsh Toast if that continues. Nice little train of cars he's got behind him, but there is a little bit of a gap further back. I think after Piloto it goes to Jeb, and that is a bit further back than they necessarily want to. Tommy P under a threat here from Roms, who's trying to slip down the inside of Tommy P. A little bit of a touch there between the two. It was very mild, no damage on either car. Roms going to go for a send here, late on the brakes. Didn't actually go for a big lunge, just went for a bit later. And stays behind Tommy P. Very well driven there from Tom to hold his position. Piloto Pilot looking for Aviator. Yellow flag sector 2. That is a rotation from Raven Duck, who has retired from the session as well.
And is that a crash or is that a manual retirement?
Manual retirement.
Ah.
Yeah, he's had enough. I mean, you got to shout out to Colmanic and Aviator for being on these medium compound tyres. They're doing a very good job to stay in this top 6. And we cannot complain at all. Hayden Gullis has put his foot down. He's got a 7/10 gap on Foxy now. He's actually closing in quite nicely on Welsh Toast as well, so he's got to continue this. We are now officially on lap 3, and the telemetry is now officially accurate. So expect to be seeing the DRS being available to the drivers. Marquez making a bit of a mistake there. Lando's closing in on this battle for 2 cars ahead. Yellow flag. That is Burrito Bandito, I believe. Oh, no, Markin, sorry. Who's had an issue and retired.
Oh. Is that another manual one?
Yeah. Yeah, voluntary. Ayrton will go for a move here on Foxy. Foxy's been mugged. He's been absolutely robbed here. Ayrton managed to get that maneuver done. Kulmanik sees a gap and he goes, oh, yeah, okay, I'll take that. And they are now side by side. But Foxy has managed to recover it back. So he's back in a P4. Big send. Big send. That was a huge lunge there from Kulmanik. I mean, Foxy didn't expect it. You kind of got to, though. If you're going to leave the door open like that, you got to expect that someone's going to absolutely yeet it down the inside. Luckily, I don't think there was damage on either car. Oh, back-end step out there from Kulmanik as well. And now Hayden is free. He's going to get the dub. I feel it. It's coming. I'm going to get a prediction right again.
Also, did you see whether Foxy got damage from what just happened or whether he got that earlier? Because that might have been the reason Hayden pulled a 7/10 gap on him.
I think he got it earlier. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I don't think it was as a result of that. I didn't see any wings go flying when he did have contact, but Pilotopaya is actually trying to work his way through this grid right now. He's running out of laps and running out of time. He needs to really hurry up and get a move on to get through these, but they're so bunched up that it's really difficult for him to be able to achieve that. I think Hayden's in a position now where the only way he gets P1 is if Welsh Toast gets a penalty, because he's just, although I say that, and he's actually just closed in 3/10. Immediately I eat my words.
I think it's all going to depend on the exit of that last proper corner. If Welsh keeps getting good exits out there, I don't think Hayden's going to get close to him. But if he makes just one mistake, the door could be wide open for him.
Maybe I made a mistake there. I think there was contact between them. That's actually allowed Piloto to get down the inside and through. He goes to P6. So now he can start to put down that pace that we know he has. He just needs to actually deliver it. So, mistake as well for Kulmanik. Piloto is ready to go for a nice little toe all the way up the straight. Foxy. Oh, Kulmanik giving him the squeeze. Oh, that's an off track. Piloto decided he almost wanted to go into the pits there. Coming into turn 1 now. Kulmanik's gone so deep. Going around the outside. He's actually made that work quite nicely, but he didn't quite get it. There's contact. That's not the way through. Piloto has to back out, and there goes Aviator through. He's been given a freebie. Kulmanik just got extra aggressive for some reason. Big crash. I don't even see who that was. Was that Jeb and Roms?
That was Roms hitting the back of Jeb.
Where is Jeb? Jeb looks okay.
Jeb 7th. What happened was...
went off the track.
Jeb had to go off to avoid Piloto because he slowed down to avoid, I believe, as Kulmanik went round. And because Jeb was going slowly, Roms didn't react and just hit the back of him.
Ah, well, that's sad news. Foxy is still feeling the heat, but from a different driver this time. This time it's Aviator, who they did have a scrap in the last race, but it wasn't quite as long-winded as this one's going to be. Tommy P going for a send on Roms down the inside. He runs Roms right off the circuit. That's not the way to do an overtake. Tommy P, you might want to, you might want to rein that one in. That was a bit aggressive. Yeah, poor guy.
And look who's within DRS range of first place.
I see it. I see it, my boy. Aidengle is saying a new fastest lap as well. 2 points in his pocket if he can keep that. And he's so close to the back of Welsh Toast now. Welsh, it looks to have been a bit more conservative this lap, just to make sure he didn't get that penalty. Speeding in the pit lane there from Roms, who is now retired. Foxy under pressure here from Aviator, who goes down the inside. And now they're wheel to wheel. They are drag racing, but one has DRS, the other one does not. And Foxy's just going to basically lose this one. There's no way he can hold on to that one. Aviator able to keep it up and keep it going. Back to our P1 battle. I know that there's a three... I can't even look away from it because there's a 3-car battle going on. Foxy's looking for the inside on Aviator. He has to back out. And they stay as is for now. Here comes Hayden.
Yeah, and actually Piloto's joined that fight for 4th. So he could very well nab those 2 positions. Well, I say that. There's only just over a lap to go, which means it's also very limited time for Hayden, who's now got a turno closer to him than he is to Welsh. Well, he was anyway.
Here comes the big DRS. This is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be a fight now. So the DRS wing is available. It's obviously being used. We are about to start the final lap. So whatever Hayden wants to do or has to do. Ayrton getting the new fastest lap there. 2 points snatched away from Hayden. But, oh, Welsh made a mistake. This is Hayden's chance. He can smell it now. A bit of a wobble there from him, but the DRS is available to him. The gap is more than enough. He should be able to close in time for turn 4. Or is he going to be able to? I don't think he can. Walsh has gone defensive. Hayden's going to have to take the outside line. He's going to be very awkward through here, but watch from Ayrton's POV because he's going to be looking for any window to follow any car that goes and gets the move done right. Hayden on the inside here. This is going to be very late onto the brakes. Walsh is going to have to go around the outside here. Hayden staying stuck to the inside as tight as he can. He should have this locked in. And this is what I'm talking about. Ayrton's going to follow him through, but he's actually going wheel to wheel alongside of him. Walsh Toast actually having to hold that inside as much as he can. But if Ayrton can stick his car right where he is, then he should be able to slide on through. Welsh Toast, back end kicks out there from Ayrton. Welsh Toast gets pulled to the curb. And that there, yes, it was a mistake from Joe. Welsh just got caught out there by the contact. This has meant that my hero, Hayden Gullis, will come through the final corner and lock in another race win here in the F2s. Fantastic scenes.
And he called it a Hayden Eterno 1-2.
Yep, I almost got the Foxy, but I couldn't, unfortunately. Welsh Toast gets the P3, Foxy gets the P4, Aviator gets P5, Piloto P6, which I think is enough to hold him in there and take that overall weekend win. It should be more than enough. I think he already was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very comfortable for Piloto. You're going to be smug about that for weeks now, aren't you?
Yeah. Yep. Yes, I am. Oh, that was good. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Hayden. You lived up to my expectations. You didn't let me down. And for that, I thank you.
Of course, the question will be, can he get his hat-trick of dubs next time out in Abu Dhabi?
The stewards have been involved and said a 0.443 second time penalty has been applied to Hayden Gullis, capper. Yeah, I bet. Thanks for that, mate. Rightio. We are just moments away. Yep, just moments away now for the F1 hype video. And there's a bit of a controversial one. If you guys can remember back to last week, I mean, I've not been able to forget about it because they keep constantly going on about it. Yeah. If you look back to the F1 race from last week, there was a lot of controversy, okay? There was, let's be honest, there was McLaren that held up the drivers behind him to let his teammate then carry on for the win. It's caused a lot of heat, shall we say, among the drivers, among the teams. It's been a very interesting conversation to watch and I guess to moderate. It's been, I'll tell you, it's been fun though. It's been fun. But here we are then, getting ready for the F1s. We're going to have a quick overview of the F2s and see how that one fared out. But Hayden Gullis getting that race win. Oh, fantastic stuff. P2 goes to Ayrton. Welsh Toast getting P3 with Foxy P4. Aviator P5, Piloto P6, Jeb P7, Coolmanic P8 with Tommy P P9. Lando's Movement in P10 with Lahadi P11. WG Players P12, Marquez 13th, Zemperor 14th, Matt 15th, Tiger Jr. 16th. Burrito Bandito in 17th, and your DNFers were Roms, Marken, and Ravenduck. But of course, the overall weekend, you know, he's got to go to. Goes to Piloto. He secured such a good run throughout this entire weekend. It's a shame he couldn't get the full perfect weekend, but, you know, regardless, he still wins by 9 points. Ayrton up P2. Hayden Gullis just behind him in 1 point. That fastest lap literally made the difference between being in P2 or not. Aviator there, P4, Coolmanic P5, Foxy P6, Welsh Toast P7, Lando's Melon P8, Marquez P9, Jeb P10, Roms P11, Tommy P12, Hardy P13, WG Players 14th, Zempra 15th, Matt 16th, Tiger Jr. 17th, Burrito 18th, Marker 19th, and then Ravenduck in last place. Right, don't go anywhere, guys and girls. We're back in just a momento as we get ready for the F1 Grand Prix.